Welcome in, everybody. Damn, that's some dramatic lighting you got, Chris. What's up? Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're having a good one. I know I am. I'm excited. I got the boys here. We got D&D. It's gonna be good times. I can't wait. Welcome in, Ryan. Thank you for the raid, my friend. The little waiting room thing works out real good. I am a fan. That was a good idea. 10 out of 10. I approve.
Helps me get hyped.
What's up, Rusty? Hopefully you don't cause another hurricane today. They just started fixing the last one.
No,
but we'll
do it.
see.
Do it.
Alright, Chris, if you're gonna sit there, I'm gonna make you bigger. I'm gonna zoom in on the camera a little bit. But
no, because I'm gonna go back and forth from like here to here.
you're literally tiny back there. Tiny. So
Okay, I won't sit that far back.
So small.
You're so tiny.
You're so tiny.
Is that
little
it?
man.
Are you making an attack on my manhood?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, so sad. Jesus. Interrogation room security camera. Where are the drugs, Chris? Where did you put the drugs? I like that I can see the bumblebee. There you go. Well done.
Where are they?
My ass.
Where are yours?
Officer.
There, oh, okay. Well, that's fair. That's a good place for him. You're gonna put him anywhere in your ass. It seems like a not so bad place. Couple of announcements, couple of fun little things to get through. First of all, I would like to say I have the coolest girlfriend ever because she saw the condition of my favorite Star Wars Vans and bought me a new pair on resale.
Cool.
That don't have any holes in them.
Yeah.
They're amazing. These are my drumming shoes. I wore these literally for 10 years. There's holes in them so big that my feet just pop out the toes at this point. These will not be drumming shoes. These will be probably put in a glass case and kept to pass on through the annals of time. But 10 out of 10.
No matter what you do,
Girlfriend. They're even in the original box. Look how old this. But these are like 20-year-old shoes that have never been worn before. I don't know how the fuck she managed to find
these
these.
and then wear those.
Yeah, these are brand new.
Fuck?
There's one that has a slight bit of like coloring to it, like it's been
That's
out.
really cool.
It was the display shoe for the longest time, and the other one is like stark white, pristine. They're damn perfect. I love them. I love you.
That's so sick.
Thank you, Kayla. There she is. Welcome in. Yeah.
Sweet baby.
She do sometimes. Yeah. 10 out of 10. It's a good time. I'm so happy about the shoes. I'm so stoked. I don't even know if I want to wear them ever. They're probably just going to be a display thing. I don't know, though. They're so nice. I want to show them off to the world by wearing them everywhere. There's the hydrate for JTB I forgot to do earlier. Thank you for that.
Let's go.
Reload. Real quick, I'm going to pass the floor over to the homies, starting with JTB. What do you got going on, my dude?
Drinking Monster.
Let's go.
Not a whole lot going on here. I'm finally going back to work, so the Baldur's Gate slow down, unfortunately.
Not as much Baldur's
But
Gate.
otherwise, you catch me here on Mondays, or catch me playing Baldur's Gate, or catch me in just any of the homie streams when we're playing things that we're playing.
Catch you outside. How about that? All right.
Rude.
Fair enough.
Rude.
Fair enough. Next up, Ryan. What do you got going on? How's the Purple House? Thank you for the raid again.
Aside from computer issues, nothing wild. Ryan's Ramathon coming soon. I'm going to get me a ram all up there. I'm going to get rammed up. But other than that, we're just hanging. We're doing Mega Man crowd control. We got another Crab's Treasure still to finish up. And other such fun trinkets on the way soon. Honk honk truck stream. Who said that? Well,
Are you going trucking?
Oh.
Are we doing a trucker stream?
knows?
Okay, well, I'm gonna fucking pay
Maybe-
good money to see that.
maybe House Flipper. Who knows?
I would watch that too. Chris, what
Truck
about you?
flipping.
You got anything new going on?
have
Show off the cat at least.
I have a Stewart.
Let's
Big baby boy.
go.
This is Stuart.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna try to upgrade Ryan's computer. We're gonna get you
It's happening.
some new
Oh, yeah?
RAMs. Some
Sorry.
guts,
Oh,
glory, RAM.
RAM.
Hopefully we can get that upgraded for you. I don't know a damn thing about computers, so I am going to be no help with getting it put together, but I'm sure we can figure
I
something
got a
out.
message all typed up to Kieran.
Buddy, what do I do? I did change out the RAM in my PC, so I might be able to actually help with that. But I had Hell's Corp on the line the entire time. And I was literally like, what if I break it? What if I break it when I put it in a machine? And he's like, you're not going to break it, dude. Just put it in nice and straight. You're going to be fine. I'm like, what if I break it, though? I'm going to break the fucking thing. Oh, you moved, Chris. You knocked your cam. Oh, it's fine. The angle actually looks good. You're good. You're golden, pony boy. All right. But I think that's everybody. That's it for announcements. I got new shoes. Streams this week going to be a little... I got some work on Friday, so I probably won't be streaming. I might be picking up Thursday, but I am off Wednesday, so we're going to be doing either some Way Back Wednesday or something or other. I'm not really sure, but we will be streaming. I'll be able to see y'all there. I appreciate everyone coming to hang out and chat for D&D. Aaron, Kayla, Rusty, cause another hurricane, please. Kieran, who I believe gave me disadvantage already. You fuck. Rusty, did you roll your weather check already? Exclamation D100 if you haven't. Let's see how we're going to start tonight's session. We got to hydrate from Pelican and as well. Everybody hydrate. But that's it for me. I don't really have any new announcements. There's nothing too crazy going on. We're going to do a little celebration stream. It should have done our 1,000 follower stream like months ago and we never did. And now we're at 1,116. So we're just going to do a celebration. It's not even going to be a specific. It's just going to be celebrating. People are going to be like coming in like, what are you celebrating? And I'm like, we're celebrating that we're celebrating. Let's go 2 80s in a row.
You
That's wild.
Let's go.
Good times.
That's
Come on.
wild. That'll come into play.
Celebrate time, celebrate.
No,
That
celebrate.
reminds me of that fucking. Today is gonna be the day that today is gonna be the day. By now, today is today.
Celebrate my
Oh
boss
my
to
God.
man.
Okay, we've lost the plot already, but you know, what's to be expected
We never
from these
had a
guys? There was
plot.
never a plot. There was never a plot at all.
Can't be
But
unhinged if you were never
Today's
hinged
the
to begin
day.
with.
that's a fair point. That is a good point. But all of that being said, I think we are ready to get into tonight's D&D session. Let's start with a little recap. Last week, the party made an unlikely ally in the young widow of the paratravelers you met on the road the previous session. Unfortunately, her husband fell during the encounter with some goblins, but she, perhaps realizing she didn't have many other options, offered a deal to the party that she would help with the carpentry projects at their new abode that had recently been destroyed due to a recent hurricane. Thank you, Rusty. Agreed that she would basically be given room and board to stay there, eat their food, live under their roof, that she would also in turn help repair. So, with a little help from the party, they all got to work and began repairing their home with what little supplies they had, making do with what they could. Some ingenious beast shaping from Vite Carl, making the efforts infinitely easier, turning into a rather giant spider and helping along in the building process. A kitty, oh my god, little buddy. Who's a little buddy? 5th member, damn right. Damn sorry, but you're welcome. It made for a really good plot. I'm low-key I'm not even like joking with you right now. It really helped the story move along in a big way. Stuart's so cute. I can't even. He's just so adorable.
This wasn't even a hard bite. It's just
It's fucking chopped.
He said, "Munch."
That's so cute. I loved everything about that.
It's okay. I have bite protection. I have a thick beard.
Wild. So we have 80 in the weather check, which is not great, but we'll get to that. We have some business to cover first. The party ended the session while they were repairing the building, and we elected to take some in-game downtime while the party works to repair their house and go about the various projects that they themselves have deemed important enough for their time. So, Ashlyn, your new employee, I guess we can call her officially at this point. The deal has been dealed. And
Fourth member.
the hands have been shooketh. There was a reveal that her and her former widow were in fact expecting a child, and she was still currently expecting. So
5th member.
something Fight Carl was very excited about, because apparently he's not against the employment of babies. Of literal babies, people. It's
Come
Two
on, my
hands
child
make less
adventurer.
work. I mean, many hands.
You ever seen how small the stitches are on a Nike?
All right. Okay, fair enough. Well played, gentlemen.
I'm
Well
not used
played.
to playing evil characters.
You're killing it. You're killing it so far. The party then elected to spend some time working with Ashlyn, and during their downtime have chosen to take on projects that they have deemed important as we reloop and bring back the plot. What is it, starting with Dusty, that you would like to spend the bulk of your time doing over this course of, let's say, about 3 to 4 weeks while your home is being repaired? What's the main goal for you, Dusty?
Well, outside of helping on any repairs that are needed through tinkering or through helping Ashlyn, I am mostly working on. He's had a rough go of it as of late, so he is trying to better himself, as well as make sure we don't have to constantly go back and forth between town. So he is currently training himself physically, like just normal physical workout stuff, practicing his shooting, and then setting up snares in the woods to catch small game and hunting when he can, when he's not practicing anything, as well as any downtime he has, keeping the rock around.
Okay. Sounds good. As you, we'll start, I guess, with the snares. That's easy enough. You're familiar with these forests, the type of animals you'll be able to catch with such traps. So go ahead and roll me a survival check to try and find places and trails that you might be able to set your snares up most effectively.
Say this is a forest.
Yes, you are in the forest for this particular part. Bringing in the weather check, it is about that time of year that the season begins to roll over. The season of Witherleaf changing over into season of Windtross as the leaves begin to change color and fall off the trees. A light sprinkling of snow begins to kind of spatter the landscape throughout the following days while you're all going about your business, and you feel the season finally changing. It seems winter has officially started. So, survival check with a 16 in the forest, easily enough. You look for like little areas of natural funnels that small game would kind of have to pass through to get through certain sections and areas, and you set your snares and things there. Ooh, I gotta exit the work chat before that just pops off a bajillion times. Quit. Exit, go away. I don't want you here. You managed to set quite a few snares, and you kind of go back and check throughout the coming weeks and reset your snares. Throughout the time, you gather enough meat that you could probably feed yourself and your party for probably the entire duration of this downtime and for the next 2 weeks after it. So you gather enough food just from hunting on your own. It's nothing special. It's going to be like a lot of rabbit stew, some other like rodents along those lines, and just small game like that. You do catch a couple foxes, luckily, but other than that, that's like the absolute largest thing you catch. And then you said you wanted to do strength training too, correct?
Yeah, he's just kind of going through his motions because he normally meditates in the morning. That was one thing that he's been doing, especially with the rock. He's had it around. Now he's kind of added more of like an actual like workout to it all. Like he wakes up, he meditates, goes through like sit-ups, push-ups, any kind of like just general body weight training he can do. Man's out here doing calisthenics.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Yay! Yay!
Rough. The first few days going about your business, trying to set all those snares and make your way through the forest, carrying this large hunk of kind of uneven and awkward stone in your pack. You feel it constantly kind of digging in to the muscle between your shoulder blades. It's heavy, it's hard, but as the days go on, you kind of start to get more and more used to it, and you start to think, I could probably work in a bit more of a workout routine with this. And as you try, you find your muscles just quite aren't up to the task yet, but you keep working on it throughout the 2-3 weeks. You manage to like get it, like you can do 20 decent push-ups with this thing on your back in the morning kind of thing, and again in the afternoon, but it is not easy. And it is not something you're particularly good at yet. But if you continue, working at it, you figure it is likely something you could improve at. And then as for helping with the house, we will get to that. Was there a third thing? I think I covered everything. Traps, time with the rock.
Going back and forth between helping with the house and tinkering with the generator when Xechas needs me.
Okay, we will.
And then shooting.
Oh, you know what? Roll me just a basic ranged attack. Let's see how your shooting is. Just a straight up ranged roll. Good. Yeah, good enough. You kind of practice enough to keep your accuracy where it needs to be, keep your familiarity with your weapon up, but nothing too special there. But you kind of make this routine where every morning you wake up, you do your little workout, you try to get some push-ups in, then you go out and check all your traps for the day, bring in whatever you found during the morning, reset your traps, go home, practice with your rifle, spend some time around the house helping, always with this heavy stone just between your shoulders, digging into your back, always ready, just always in your backpack on your persons. And then we'll get to the tinkering with Xechas when that comes up. But you manage to do a fair amount, and you kind of lock into this routine over the course of this 3 weeks. Just wake up, work out, check your traps, marksmanship training, go back out, check your traps again before the sun goes down, kind of thing. And that is what your first 3 weeks looks like. Next we have Vite-Carl. What are you up to?
Well, Vite-Carl would be very, very interested in learning a little more about Xechas, so I would be present for the tinkering. Whether or not I'm helping is kind of neither here nor there. I just really want to see this in action.
Okay.
I need to know how I'm going to, work this into a business plan. However, when he's not doing that, probably nighttime, especially when the sun goes down, I think Vite-Carl would be out in the woods, becoming various animals and just trying his best to sort of live the life of these animals, like during the nighttime. So like giant hyena, wolf, bear, ape.
I just watched Stuart go over and close that closet door like he didn't give a fuck. Oh, wait, so strong.
Just said,
Stuart's so strong. He's like, no, just close. You don't like it open.
Essentially third roommate.
It's amazing. Continue.
Well,
sorry, we were distracted
no
by Kitty.
shitting for you.
We are going into the forest and getting in tune with nature. Go ahead and roll me a
Yes.
nature check. Just nice and simple.
Oh,
or survival. Your choice. Either one or the other. Are you
Survival.
returning home
Oh.
for the evenings? Are you spending the nights out in the forest? What's the plan there?
Back home for the evening, but yes, absolutely. Just probably the 2 hours max for, it'd be, I'm half my, oh yeah, so it still would be 1 hour. So 2 hours max there out in the woods, and just various different animals. Obviously not feeling it.
That survival check will come in. Roll me a nature check as well, please. As we're just getting in
thank
tune.
God.
As we're just getting in tune with nature here.
Oh, Jesus, God on the cross. Oh, no.
You have never felt less in tune with nature. You try to spend
Where
these 3
am I?
weeks,
What
like
is
every
this?
day you go out, you put your big furry coat on, and you're like, okay, today's the day. This nature is so alien to you compared to what you're used to on your home continent. The forest sounds different, it smells different, it feels different. Everything about it is off-putting to you. You can't.
These woods hit different.
You can't really get in tune with your inner druid in a way. You still have obviously access to your powers, but even they manifest in a way that feels alien in this surrounding forest, and you just can't seem to really find your footing. And then the snows begin to fall and the leaves fall off the tree, and the forest literally begins dying around you for the winter time, and you are just unable to really find any kind of connection there for this time. As for your survival check, one day, as you're heading home from your journey, you've been just spending time out in the forest, wandering out into the woods in whatever animal form you choose to take. Today you've taken that of a just a small coyote, just wandering your way through the forest, making your way through, and one day you feel something cold and metallic under your paw, and you feel a snap and a pop as it snaps closed. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please. This will be the one you roll good on. It's gonna ruin all my fun. Okay, damn. You managed to lift your foot.
As the wolf.
You managed to lift your foot up just in time as a pair of serrated metal trap arms just close with a metallic clang. You just barely managed to get your foot out of the way before you find yourself trapped. And you realize you're close enough to the house that this is likely one of Dusty's traps that you just haphazardly wandered into while you weren't paying attention. You just can't seem to find your footing in this forest. Something isn't really just sitting right with you.
I just flip it upside down, pick it up with my teeth, circle around 6 times, and just chuck it against a tree.
Roll me a strength check as your wolf, or dire coyote, I guess we'll call it.
Dire-ody!
Oh, I don't like that.
It's
Sounds
like
like what you get-
diarrhea.
Yeah. Oh no. See, that was good. There's all the strong rolls. You're just ruining my fun now. You throw the trap against the tree, and it breaks, like the nail or the bolt that kind of holds it at the hinge pops open, and it kind of splits into 2 halves. No longer one solid and functioning trap.
Is there snow on the ground at this point?
Yeah, a decent amount. There's like a pile of ton of dead leaves too.
Bury it.
This is very much like a similar to the forest we have here, where there's like a mix of pine trees. Diaroni, the Tijuana tree. Oh no, Ryan is too powerful. You have disadvantage from Rusty.
Yes. That would have been great a moment ago.
Oh no.
Just
My trap.
burying it. Like if you could ever hear like a worried coyote, that's what it sounds. You're saying, "Oh shit."
Roll me a survival check.
Bop.
It's buried, you think? That's as good as it's gonna get, you figure. You go home. You buried that trap. You definitely hid the evidence of your crime fairly successfully, and you make your way back to the house, and we will get to the chatting with Xechas in a bit. Dusty, just real quick, roll me a quick perception check, please. Just one day while you're out, collecting traps for your hunt. Okay, 12. Yeah, you definitely notice there's like an area where one of your traps was right. So you could swear you set it right in the middle of this kind of small little fox trail that's kind of woven in through these bushes. And there's just like a mess of leaves that have been kicked up, some snow that's kind of been overturned and melted from some animal's paws. It looks like there's been some kind of conflict. There's no blood or anything to indicate your trap caused any harm to anything. And as you kind of shuffle through some of the leaves, you see like the broken remnants of one of your bear traps, or your metallic traps, I guess we call it.
He just leans down. What the hell? What in the hell? What kind of spiteful ass animal got so upset by the trap that they did this? I understand it's a trap, but goddamn, what the hell is going on with this creature? And I want to pull out my tinkerer's tools, and I want to try to
roll me a tinkerer's check.
Piece it together again.
Go for it. Go for it.
What kind of spiteful ass animal?
9. This trap is not fixable at this time. You probably need the workshop. Some of the metal is bent in such a way that putting it back together is proving difficult out here in the snow, unfortunately.
That's a damn shame. He's gonna grab it and start heading back.
Okay, you return to the base. That's good. Ryan, we'll get back for the conversation with Xechas. But Xechas, you clearly have some time to spend with the party while you're doing your tinkerings. You good over there?
Yep. Just one of my strings came out. I'm good.
Oh no, not one of the strings. That's okay. It's
Yep,
easy to
that'll be
fix. Except when Stuart's whacking it with his tail. Little crazy man. Oh, there he is. Oh, look at him lying down in the background. What a good boy.
Cutie.
What a good boy. So, we already know that you're spending a chunk of your downtime repairing the arc converter or whatever generator in the basement. What would you like to spend the rest of your downtime doing?
So I am near completion of my greatest life's work yet. I am building an arcane suit of armor, or building, synthesizing, integrating into the mechanical parts of my body. Yeah, so that's going to be yeah. Okay. So I'm going to finish that.
All right,
now
so
that I have full access to a workshop.
Kind of working privately in your workshop. I'm going to need you to make me a smithing tools check using your proficiency. We'll say use your dex for this roll.
I have proficiency in smith's tools.
Yeah, so dexterity and proficiency added together. Yes.
How did you roll your tools, JT?
I set up a macro for it.
Oh.
In the skills thing.
So,
oh yeah, set a custom skill for it. Okay, +2. Okay.
18.
You spend the bulk of your time, the first few days, just running in the forge, forging out the pieces for this armor set that you're going to need, the extra parts that you're going to need to integrate. Night and day, you guys hear just emanating from the workshop in the back of your home, where Xechas has now set up his own workspace. You just hear the ever-present sound of hammers hitting on metal at all hours of the day until the early hours of the evening, when he needs to take whatever rest he does get. There you go. Advantage from insomnia night, which is good. That can counter out the disadvantage from Rusty. Xechas, you get to the point that the suit itself, all the extra pieces you need to attach and piece together to make this suit operational are ready. All you need to do is power it. Find some kind of arcane means of powering this contraption somehow. You know it's not in your current capabilities to do so.
Do I think I'll be able to once I get the generator repaired and maybe siphon some energy off of that?
Most likely. You gather that would probably be very, very likely something you could do with that. In fact, you gather that is likely one of the only way forward.
Well, that is what I will do then. Using the money from the chests, I will go into town whenever I need, get supplies.
Okay. You go into town, get copper to make new wiring. Basically everything you need to get that back up and running, the different pieces of steel you need, along with some help from, I believe, Dusty. So Dusty, let's bring you back in here. How are you helping Xechas? Or Xechas, how could Dusty help you on this? Because he said he has wanted to. How are you guys going to work together on this project as you're kind of downstairs putting out all the pieces you need and assembling what you require to get this project
going? Because Dusty isn't he's not the plan guy. He's not the one that plans. He's basically just waiting for Xechas to give him instruction on like what he needs to do, and then he will proceed on using his tools to do that.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to teach you how to splice wires, and we're going to get you, because you're a dexterous fella, we're going to teach you how to splice wires together. Because that's kind of the main thing that needs to get fixed here.
Time to learn how to make blue crystal.
Okay, so Dusty, Tinkerer's tools using your dex and proficiency bonus. And then Xechas, for you, it's going to be Tinkerer's tools using your intelligence and proficiency bonus. as you kind of draw out the plans, kind of what's the fucking word I'm looking for here? Reverse engineering the pieces you can see from what remnants of the plans you can find for it. And oh damn, both of you, very good, very good. Okay, with a little boosty on there. You want to throw a d6 on that shit? Go for it. With 80s music, we're
So
gonna
20.
we'll edit it after the stream. That'll be the
20
next video.
total.
20 total, easily done. Well done.
Yeah.
So between the two of you, you managed to reverse engineer many of Soul's plans to kind of figure out what needs to go where and how you're going to piece these pieces back together. Even the reforging of some of them you managed to figure out. Meanwhile, Dusty, using your very nimble cat-like fingers or tabaxi fingers, you managed to get into the small nooks and crannies that would be otherwise more difficult for some people. Kind of refitting some of the different gears and mechanisms inside the machine, helping to run wires through holes and through the various ports, through the stone walls here. And together, in about the 3-week period that the repairs are happening on the house, you managed to get this machine in what you think will be working order. Except for last few adjustments that Xechas will need to make. Fight Carl, while all this is happening. How is there a way you would like to try and assist? Or are you kind of just watching this all happen and trying to pick Xechas's brain a little bit? What's that looking like?
Mostly doing that. I would be starting off with a lot of just standing over the shoulder every time any sort of gel or goo comes out of him, a mist of any kind. If I hear any sort of magical dinging, it would be a lot of, what was that? What was that? Ooh, what did you just do there? A lot of that
You'd see
in the beginning.
You see tons of mending and stuff like that I'd be doing.
Lots of mending spells, other different magic to try and just variously tinker this. It is mostly focused on mending, though.
First few days, it's a lot of that, and then after that, it starts to turn into, so I found this out in the yard. Could you mend these two things? Like, I want to learn about the stuff, so it's like, these two things that weren't together. Can you mend these together? Is that a thing? Or it needs to be broken from the thing or something, right?
Okay, so very much like a toddler while you're trying to fix this very dangerous and very precise mechanical machine.
Yeah.
You just have Vicarl
Yeah.
coming up to you with random objects, being like, "Can you mend this for me, please?" And this occurs throughout the period of like the whole 3 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of like, I come down with a box that obviously has like my fish-sized fist through it. It's like, what about this? Can you mend it without the broken piece in it? No? Okay, I'm learning about it.
And so Xechas's reaction to this would be interesting because like he's never had. Well, no, he grew up with a sibling, but he never had someone who cared about any aspect of him like this. So he's like low-key kind of down to experiment and shit.
Yeah, I'm talking about one of your hobbies.
Obviously, if you get in the way of something dangerous, he'll like stutter over his words to tell you to not do that.
Which would happen at least once, probably twice.
No, don't touch that.
Oh!
Roll me a dexterity saving throw, please, Vicarl.
Whoop. Oh god, it's my own. I'm pretty dexterous, right? Whoop. No.
Famous last words. Oh no.
As Vicarl's coming over,
Fucking
and you can
zap.
see he's like, you're trying to load a particular, just like very precise piece into this machine. Vicarl comes over and in the distraction kind of knocks you with the piece, and causing it to drop into the machine itself, like when you lose a tiny bolt somewhere in the engine of a car that you then subsequently have to look for. I know this brings back so much work trauma. I'm sorry. I apologize, but that's exactly what happens. And inadvertently
That looked important.
sets your construction back by about a week. So this 3-week project turns into about a 4-week project. By the time you disassemble this machine to get that piece out and then reassemble everything that was there already, it adds an extra, we'll say about 5 days to your actual construction time.
After that, I've now started casting alarm around areas that I don't want Vicoral to touch. And so anytime he goes through them, a very audible,
Ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, will go off.
Just in your head too. That's the best part. Is it's not an audible alarm. It is an arcane alarm system that you hear in your brain.
Is it only me that hears it?
Yes. So like every 5 minutes there's just a ding, 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 ding,
Audible
ding, ding,
alarm.
ding.
I can make an audible alarm.
You can make it audible. Love that.
Produces
Okay, cool.
the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet of
So
the
every
warded area.
Every few minutes it's just ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. I'll try and tweak my casting range of it and shit.
Found a magnet
Every
to
time you
retrieve
turn
the piece.
around after
Drops
that
the
alarm,
magnet. Yep.
it's
Exactly.
just Vic Carl up the stairs. All you hear is just.
Dusty.
Fucking cat.
I think it's around that time where one of the alarms is going off, where Dusty starts walking down the stairs. He's like, all right, so I was out in the woods and some fucking animal out there just absolutely ruined this trash. I don't know what it had against it. I
runs past you.
understand that it was
I don't know anything about that.
But I'm gonna need some materials for this thing.
Simple, a little bit of iron will do the trick.
Alright.
Simple mending would probably fix it too.
I could fix that in just a moment. Let me see it for a moment.
Oh, yeah, here you go.
Spray.
Oh,
Good as new.
that was a lot easier than what I was trying to do. All right, appreciate it. What needs all done down here still?
Well, aside from continuing to not let Fight Call touch anything of importance, we're almost done the wiring, and I still have to figure out exactly what to do with these 2 oxstones. Because I rolled really poorly last time trying to figure them out, and I still haven't rolled again for that.
Roll me, and we'll say we'll just straight intelligence check for that. The fucking rabbit trap. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so after spending your time reverse engineering all the plans, all the pieces, this construction itself, you realize that it is set up to create kind of an infinite arc between the two. The reason your, shall we say, experiment was unsuccessful last time is there was nowhere for that excess power to kind of go. And by taking 2 fully charged arcane capacitors and trying to exchange power between them, you kind of just created a excess of power with nowhere for it to go. And the subsequently caused the explosion that took your life and led to the existence you currently lead. You are able to deduce that the reason you were given a full and an empty arcane capacitor at this point is that the goal is to keep them both at around like a 50%. About half charge at all times, just constantly cycling power between them. And you gather that is the final step that you're getting ever closer to.
Do I figure if I do it fast enough, there won't be a delay or danger of explosion of any kind, as long as they're at around half each? I could just go.
You have, one's completely full and one's completely empty.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, once I have to swap them, I guess I'd have to experiment.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're not sure yet. Say with the 21, there's probably never going to be a point where you have to swap them. You're more or less creating an infinite loop of power at this point. There's never going to be a need to recharge it.
Oh,
or
so
swap
the way
the
he has it
pieces
set
out.
up is they kind of get to an equilibrium point and then they're good.
Yep, and they just cycle the power back and forth between them. The entire house
Cool.
is just a circuit, basically.
So it's like a giant self-sustaining capacitor, essentially.
More or less. Even the lights upstairs are made of arcane capacitor stones that only give off light because they are powered. They're not consuming power. They're just charged, so that's why they glow.
That's fucking so cool.
Science, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Lick them like a 9-volt battery.
Yeah. Before we activate it, I will definitely insist that they leave the area and go out of the house.
Cool. We are getting to that point. We are mostly at this point about more or less coming to about the end of the 3.5 to almost 4-week period, thanks to Bite Carl and his antics. During your downtime, when you aren't working on each of your individual projects, you spend whatever time you have helping Ashlyn with the repairs, which you notice she is going about quite handily on her own. She's working very fast, very effectively, especially for someone who is in her current condition after everything she's currently gone through. You gather that she is very happy to have the distraction from whatever grief she is currently feeling over the loss of her still fairly recent husband. And together you all manage to get the house to a point where not only is it livable, but you would dare say it's comfortable. It's still a little drafty. The walls are old, the windows don't seal completely, but at very least the house itself is no longer, missing pieces. As the months or as the days grow colder and the snows do begin to fall, you feel the inside of the home growing a little on the chillier side. You kind of need to bundle up in your winter clothes a little more, even going about the house. Even with what meager fires you can set in the home, it still remains a little chilly. There's still some improvements to be made and everything. But as you come to the end of that time and you all are going about your business, Xechas, you have the machine to about the point you are ready to take the last step with it. You had your hand up. What's up?
One other just little thing that I probably would have wanted to do if I had just like a couple hours is go through Saul's stuff in his bedroom and kind of clear that out and let Ashlyn get more comfortable there, and also see if he had any more tidbits of info for us or just anything.
Roll me an investigation check, and then you guys are just casually kind of helping her move her stuff in. She's kind of bought some stuff from the town.
Another nat 18. So
I will say, Chris, you probably spend almost all of the money that you had found in the safe. I know everyone took a little cut, I believe, of some of it, if I'm not mistaken. If not, you definitely... I can't remember what the cut ended up being for everybody.
So it was 300 to 550 for the machine. So depending on how much I spend, I'm gonna.
How much did you guys loot total?
Else. 574 gold, 7 platinum, and 1600 worth of raw silver.
Okay, easy enough.
There's another 160 gold.
Okay, so somewhere around 700 some gold, if my math is correct. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check just to see how your prices are from the local shopkeepers and everything. There's no one. Oh,
charm 'em.
Nat 20.
I was gonna say I did travel with him to town for all of the shopping because we had already agreed.
Yeah,
but can't really do much better than a nat 20 with advantage.
No, so a total of 24.
A total of 24.
We'll say altogether your repair cost comes to about $350 for all of the stuff you need to repair the generator. We'll say an extra $50 needed to be spent to repair the house because some of your materials were damaged by the snow and the rain. But altogether it was about $400 total for all of the repairs that you needed for everything. So whatever is left, some 300 gold or whatever you guys can split amongst yourself. Whatever you want. That's entirely up to you. I think probably wait until Vicar turns into animals, skin them for a fur coat. Straight up. Vicar already has the coolest fur coats.
Each of you add 150 gold to your inventory.
Oh!
No!
There you go.
I'm not a broke bitch.
Cries a little. Whoop.
So before taking the final step to powering up your home, Xechas kind of hands you both a bag with about 150 gold pieces each in it, just in case things go badly. I
managed to get a very, very good deal on all the supplies.
This is the most money I've ever held in one place. This is wow. Wow.
Well, with this generator, there's a lot of potential for making a lot more.
I have definitely put my cart on the right horses, my God! And just a little bit, a little tear, a little bit, just... Oh, dear.
Never mind.
It's just very exciting. I think I'm gonna go run in the woods for a while. Just go right out the door.
Roll me a survival check.
Oh, no!
You gotta watch out for my snares. Don't get caught in those.
Too late. He's already gone.
Roll me survival check.
Oh, thank God.
As you run out, I need to go run in the woods. You run outside, and as you're about to step onto the trail, you look down and see a very familiar metal trap, the exact one that you're sure you broke against a tree a few days before. That looks like it is now repaired and in pristine shape.
I think I'm gonna walk around the house a few times.
Kind of cut back and just go around the house.
Oh, nice.
Leisurely stroll.
This kind of gold, at least I can start working towards buying the parts for a new one, as he looks at the musket that he has. Start getting the pieces for another one.
Starting to look a little on the rundown side, but still very functional. So, you all, I will also say, if you want to, I don't know if any of you have any particular sets of winter clothes you may want to look into investing. We'll say if you're interested, with all the trips to town, it'll be about 5 gold to completely outfit yourself for winter travel. I'm talking fur coats, gloves, hats, basically everything you would need to comfortably travel in the woods.
I'll have spent another 5 gold on some finery clothing as well.
Okay.
I miss my comforts from home.
Okay, fair enough.
Miss dressing like I used to.
Valid.
Y'all notice Vicarl doesn't change his outfit at all.
Still just big fur coat and just pecs kind of sticking through the coat at any given time.
I would say
covered.
What's up, Bavarian? Welcome in.
Yeah.
I'd say Dusty,
like a smoking jacket, shit like that.
Ooh, sexy.
Dusty takes his coat or one of the various like green colored raincoats that he has.
Yeah, the nice
that
leathers.
he wears.
Yeah.
And he takes it in and he just has them outfit it for winter. So
It's
it
like
just
some
looks
fur
like a
trim
furry
around it.
version.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it
so
just
we'll
looks
say
like a furry version of
for
that.
you, since you're just making modifications, 2.5 gold. 250. 250. So as you
I
all
want fur put on my rain slicker.
come to the end of your downtime, you all having spent whatever time it was trying to better yourselves in some ways or another, Vicarl, somehow less successful within the forest here, but finding success in the investment he made in his friends, seemingly having bet on the right horse, as he put it.
I became a worse person.
You did. You became a worse person somehow. But, like, in the best way. So we're really here for that. That's the kind of self-improvement we need. As you kind of come to the end of that time, the house fully repaired, the generator, as we'll call it, in working order, just waiting for the switches to be pulled. Xechas, the only problem still facing you is it takes 2 people to activate this device. There's a lever on either side of it, about 10 feet apart, that both need to be pulled simultaneously. Who are you asking to come with you?
Firstly, do I have any knowledge of things like grounding or protecting myself from a surge? Does that work like electricity, or is it different?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah, 19.
It's not so much like an electrical surge in the sense.
Okay.
More of an arcane power surge. So you know really the best ways to shield yourself are increase your chances of dodging it through either arcane means. Things like shield, I would say, if you're able to cast shield, would be able to help with it. Things like that. There's what arcane means of protecting yourself. But like clothing wise or wearing rubber boots type thing, like nothing like that.
Well, I'll approach both of them. Well, I'm ready to turn it on, but I can't quite do it by myself. Unfortunately, I would like to have neither of you anywhere near it when I flip the switch. But there are 2 switches, and my arms are not elastic, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, helped with some repairs. I don't mind going down there again. It's not much to me.
And
All right,
honestly, whatever animal I can turn into, it won't matter if the whole thing explodes. I almost just said, I can be a monkey, but it's like a monkey explodes the same way as a cat does. Tabaxi! I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'll take Ashlyn and we'll go off the property. And pray, I think. Oh God, I'm gonna lose the only friends I've ever made.
no, it should be all right. We've been very meticulous about it, and as long as we activate it properly, then all will be good.
I don't foresee anything bad happening. I trust in your work. And he gives you a little shoulder slap.
All right, well, let's do this then.
Gods, don't die! And I just walk out. Ashlyn, please come console me.
You hear her from outside the house. I'm out here.
Oh God! All right, let's go far off the property.
I may be crazy, but I'm not crazy enough to go anywhere near that.
Yeah.
I'll be watching from a respectable distance.
Just come outside and yell, go, or I guess I'll see all the lights turn on.
You'll know.
Okay. I walk out the door, just kind of, you hear the sighing the entire way, just, oh, God.
Okay. As you make your way outside with Ashlyn kind of standing a good 100 feet or so from the edges of the house of your home, Xechas and Dusty, you make your way back downstairs to the generator. A walk you have done many times since starting the work down here. Many trips up and down these stairs, already having kind of just started wearing a track into the already somewhat worn wooden stairs at this point, or stone stairs, I guess. And together you make your way to the generator room, and you enter. You find all the wires wrapped around the columns and tracing themselves back to the machine, all vanishing through different areas in the kind of soggy, kind of damp stone of this kind of dungeon-like space. Together you walk over to the machine. Is there anything you'd like to say to each other before you go through this this step together?
Yes, just in case, I don't know how much it will help, but and I'm going to cast False Life on each of us. So, you first. Then me. Oh. So you get 10 temporary hit points, I get 8. And also, again, I don't know if it will help, but I'm going to cast Sanctuary on JT. I'm super fucking paranoid.
Well, I appreciate it, but as I said, I trust your work. Hopefully this won't all be necessary.
Okay.
Yes.
You make your way over to the machine. You find yourself before the different switches and everything that you've set up here. Both switches on either side as well. You reach down and you begin flipping the switches on the panel. The machine begins to whir and hum as different mechanical components come to life. You take the arcane capacitor that is charged, placing it in the left receptacle, the empty one in the right. You flip the rest of the switches as the machine begins to almost hum and emanate this vibration just coming off of it at any given time, and you each walk to each of your switches. First off, I would like you to roll me an Arcana check, please. Xechas, this is just your overall skill with magic while assembling this machine. I'm going to say roll with advantage, as this is a machine you have made before and you are very familiar with the components.
I'm going to use
it's a little better.
One of my things.
Okay. Roll a d6.
So that's a total of 16. Much better.
That's good. And now I need one of you to roll me a d100. As you know, this all comes down to chance. Well, not completely to chance. Your roll affected the outcomes possible here. But who wants to do
Send
it?
it, JT.
Send it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's time for some sending.
time to
It's really low. I don't know if that's good or bad.
You each step forward, each of you placing your hand on the lever of 5. My God. You look at each other, nod, count it down.
On go. 1, 2, 3, go.
You both pull the lever, and for a moment, nothing happens. Just an ever-present whir from the machine. Then it begins to grow higher pitched and higher pitched. You see one of the stones begin to glow where it wasn't glowing before, and it begins to dim, and then they begin to kind of cycle and pulse back and forth, this ever constant alternating of flash, and then there is a loud I need both of you to roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh,
I'm good at those.
Oh boy.
Okay. Both of you are thrown back from the machine, taking your 6 points of bludgeoning damage each as you are pushed back into the stone walls. One of you actually flies all the way back into the hidden area and just slams against the stone floor as you pass through the illusory wall. You see for a moment just a bright flash. Your eyes can't even focus as there's just this ever-present white as you try to figure out where you are and what is happening. You're completely discombobulated. Vite-Carl, as you stand outside with Ashlyn watching anxiously, you watch as there's just a flash from all of the lights that are attached on the walls outside this house as they all begin to come alight, one in a row, just in a cycle around the entire house, and then they begin to dim ever so slightly. And then as you see the pulse pass around again, they re-brighten up, and as they begin to do so faster and faster and faster, eventually it reaches a point where they're just in a perpetual state of being alight. Xechas and Dusty, as the brightness fades from your eyes and you are able to see again that bright flash and the ringing in your ears that followed it, you look as the machine sits between the two of you, a light current of energy arcing between the two crystals, constantly going back and forth between the two in an ever persistent cycle as your heads pound and your ears just thump. You stand successful in your ventures for the day, and as all of the lights come on in the house, we will drag you over here, and we have lights now.
shit's lit.
It's lit.
You guys kind of take back to your feet, and you stand amongst your creation, having successfully solved the mystery that has plagued you for many a year. Xechas, perhaps.
It literally killed me once.
Literally killed you once. And as you guys reach this milestone in your story, we're going to all go ahead and take that level up. So we're all moving into level 3 now, boys.
Hey!
As we have completed
Yay!
the first little arc of our campaign. You guys have successfully returned power to this now shining example of modern science, as Xechas completes one of his major life goals. And Xechas, you come to the realization that though this goal may have been achieved, there is another one waiting for you to be finished upstairs. And we will take our break at this point. We will be back in about 10 minutes.
My undead eyes could sparkle with excitement, they would, but they can't. So
We will be back in about
Can't.
10 minutes to just kind of bring about the last resolution of this and move forward with our story. We're just going to do a little bit of an early break so we can kind of just enjoy getting caught in the role play that's going to follow all of the shit that's about to happen here. So we'll see you guys in about 10. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back in just a few, y'all. Thanks for coming in. We love you. We'll see you soon. And this will give a chance players to finish their level ups and everything. So this is good. We'll see y'all in a bit. Catch you soon. And we are back, everybody. Welcome in. We now have a light. So, picking up where we left off, Vite Carl, you're outside with Ashlyn. You see all these lights come on and, like I said, begin to cycle, kind of pulsing and then pulsing faster and faster until they reach a point where they're just ever-presently glowing with this kind of golden, kind of soft orange pulse to them. And like they glow very bright and then go to a normal brightness and then pulse bright again and then kind of just, it's not particularly noticeable, but there is this kind of just slight pulsing to the lights as the power cycles through these different arcane capacitors, as Xechas is referred to them as. And you look at your house for the first time, properly lit in the dim gray of Vorosia, and you see this kind of semi-Victorian wooden facade that has fallen to weathering and time, the paint itself having peeled long before Master Soul even died, most likely. Like, he was not really upkeeping the house. But for the first time in the light, you see your home, your place of business, the place that was given to you by someone that you had perhaps underappreciated or not undervalued, but perhaps just not fully seen the extent of the friendship there. And you realize that for the first time in a while, this is a place you can turn a profit and make a respectable business for yourself, whatever that may look like to Vite Carl. Ashlyn kind of looks over to you. It's not so bad, eh?
The future looks bright, and it's pulsating.
Yeah, no, that's just the house. That's just the house. I think we'll get used to that.
Good.
It needs a coat of paint, but you know, could be worse. Could be worse.
Could be a lot worse. But it's gonna get better. Let's go, Ashlyn!
Oh, energy. Okay, and she follows you inside. Dusty and Xechas, you kind of like come to from the events of the before the break, having activated your life's creation, the thing that had rendered you previously lifeless, now functioning as you and Dusty both kind of stand and take a look at each other and realize the gravity of what you may have just accomplished together. Dusty, your back is sore. The backpack with the large stone in it having dug directly into your back when your back hit the stone. In fact, now that you point that out, I'm sorry, you take an extra 2 points of piercing damage as some of the sharp crystals on the outside of that stone cut through the soft leather of your backpack and into your back ever so slightly.
Oh shit, he's gonna swing the bag around and open it because he's worried about the condition of the rock.
Okay. As you flip the bag open and flip it open and go to reach into it, you notice the glow from within is kind of pulsing brighter, almost not quite in unison with the lights in the room in which you now stand, which you now notice for the first time has this nice soft orange glow to it, along with the bright white that's kind of pulsing from the arcane generator here. And as you kind of pull the stone out
behind the wall,
you see Dusty holding this large semi-football shaped rock with these different crystals all jutting out of it. You see two have just the ever so slight reddish tinge of blood on them from where they dug into Dusty's back. But Dusty, as you're holding it, you notice the pulsing is brighter than usual, kind of fading to a darker color. Shadow pulsing, god damn it. God damn it. And as those lights continue to just flash towards you, you spin the object in your hand and you notice there's a crack down one of the purple crystals on the outside.
Well, that's interesting.
As you watch, it slowly and begins to grow and kind of carry throughout the purple crystal, kind of disappearing inside the stone itself, and then you feel heat in your hands. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
You're going through it for this rock right now. You really are. Okay, that's enough. The heat is uncomfortable in your hands, but it's not unbearable. And you hold it as this rock in your hands begins to grow hotter and hotter, and you see cracks beginning to spiderweb throughout the entirety of the stone itself, now engulfing the rest of the crystals as well. And as you hold it, it begins to kind of vibrate in your hand almost. And as the brightness just kind of gets to the point you have to close your eyes, you hear the sound of stone breaking. And you feel something moving slowly in your hands. As you kind of readjust, looking down from the brightness, you see kind of curled into your hand about a big, fairly decently sized already, about the size of a small house cat. This strange reptilian creature with this spine running down its back of these purple amethyst crystals that kind of glow ever so faintly as it does, these glowing purple eyes and this kind of ashy gray skin with these faint tinges of purple coming out on some of the scaling in its hand. And as you hold it, it looks up at you, and you make eye contact with it for the first time. And I want you to roll me a nature check, please.
All right.
Okay. As you're holding this small creature, this tiny being in your hands, you realize it wasn't the rock that you were trying to protect, that you felt so attached to previously. It was this that you were meant to protect. And as you hold this tiny purplish, shall we say, dragon-esque creature in your hands, you come to the realization that this was left to you by Saul because he thought you would be the best caretaker for this creature, for whatever reason. What do you want to name your dragon?
He notes, he's looking down at the Drake, and he's kind of looking it over. He sees all the purple. I suppose we'll have to give you a name, huh?
Is that
How about Violet? You like it? How's Violet sound to you?
It kind of just looks up and goes, just kind of chomps its little jaws towards you. Has like these little nubbies for teeth.
Xechas, I think I might be a dad.
Is that a wyvern dragon?
It's definitely dragon-like.
Goodness. It's kind of adorable.
Oh, it's just the cutest damn thing. Look at it. Hold on. I need... What do you do with a little baby dragon? I'm very confused. I know, he left it to me for a reason, but
What's your AC, GT?
16.
Okay, I'm gonna say what's the attack stats? It rolled a 13. What's the bonus for its bite attack?
Probably hits.
Look at this.
I'm guessing it's gonna hit.
God damn it. Where are my attacks?
Pull out that Drake Warden sheet.
It's got a +5.
It hits. It definitely hits. So as you're holding it, and you're like, it's just the cutest damn thing. It just kind of takes a little nip at your finger and bites and kind of breaks the skin a little bit. And you look, even as those little nubby teeth were kind of just small before, you see just a little bit of fang starting to peek through. And it didn't bite you hard enough to like take a piece off or anything, but it definitely got in there a little bit. And just based on that nature check previously, we'll say you gather that it's hungry business hatching out of an egg made of stone. And little Violet is probably hungry.
Let's go find you something to eat.
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage or anything. You don't need to worry about that. But you
You'll
got
like slowly
nip.
move it up to try to get it onto his shoulder to just like perch.
Roll me an animal handling check, please, with this creature.
I'm gonna watch with amusement and bewilderment.
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay. It seems hesitant at first, and you feel its kind of little claws grabbing on the sides of your feline, your tabax. I don't even know They just look like normal humanoid hands, so I'm just gonna call them hands. I don't know why I'm hung up on them. Why are they tabaxi hands? It's weird. I'm sorry. Your hands.
Paws, dude.
Your paws. There we go. And for a second, it kind of resists, and then as you put it on the shoulder, it kind of realizes it can kind of nuzzle into the little bit of fur where the hood attaches to the jacket itself. It kind of nuzzles itself right up against that.
All right. You seem comfortable there. That's good. There is a lot that has come out of this machine.
You feel a little pair of jaws kind of clamping on the fur of your coat.
All right, I gotta go feed this thing. It is getting very antsy. He's gonna head to the kitchen.
I'll
where
stay
he
here
has,
and make
like,
sure that the
meat.
machine is working properly.
Sounds fantastic.
As you look at the machine, you realize there is something else awaiting you upstairs. In your other creation, which you gather you will now be able to finish.
I want to have a thorough once over again of the machine, just make sure everything is good.
Roll me an Arcana check. Dusty, you begin heading upstairs with this small amethyst dragon on your shoulder, trying to find or figure out whatever this creature may like to eat. By this point, you guys would have had to restock the food and everything as well, so that's all been dealt with and whatnot. With the 15 Arcana, you kind of make some rounds around the machine, spending about another 10 or 15 minutes down there after Dusty heads upstairs, just making sure the machine is in working order and everything is running as it should be. And it does appear, in fact, that everything is functioning as it should be.
I don't normally breathe, but I definitely breathe a very big sigh of relief at this machine working.
Okay. You kind of stand and
yes, I'm gonna
make a couple adjustments to the dials just to make sure everything's flowing perfectly. And as far as you can tell, you have done as good a job as you could possibly do. There might need some maintenance, just general maintenance over time, but for all intensive purposes, you have created a small but functional recurring power source, mostly. Gather it's just enough to power the house and everything inside of it, but anything beyond that is probably a little beyond its capabilities, and you run the risk of overloading the circuits again. But
hopefully that doesn't happen when I turn my armor on. Think to myself. And I'm gonna head upstairs and get ready to do that.
Okay. We'll cut back to Dusty and Vite Carl.
The doors behind me.
Fair. Vite Carl, as you and Ashlyn are coming into the front door of the house, which now you can see has a set of lanterns throughout the entryway, kind of illuminating the house in this nice soft kind of orange glow. Creates a very nice homey feel. You can see the wallpaper, the patterns in it now a little more clear, kind of tacky, not the nicest. Yeah. And like you gather, you could spend some time and money actually making this into a very respectable home. Like the bones are great. Maybe it just needs a little facelift there. And as you're kind of looking around and admiring all of the different decorations and just being able to see clearly in your own home again, you hear the sound of someone kind of shuffling through the different cupboards and stuff in the kitchen, kind of going through different things. And not so much in a panic, but definitely in a hurry.
Well, I guess we're starting the celebration early. It would have been nice for you all to wait for me after all that time. Dusty, what the hell is that on your shoulder?
Hold on, quiet down. I don't know how reactive it is to noise right now. You gotta take it down a notch.
You see this little purple head with these kind of ridges going over the eyes, kind of forming this almost triangular shaped head with a slightly rounded front, kind of look at you with these semi-glowing purple eyes.
Despite being good I'm a good druid, but I'm not good with animals, and I'm not great with them. I treat them poorly, really. Would I know what a dragon is? I like to think maybe.
I mean, you've heard stories. You've never seen one or encountered one. But like,
I like-
dragons in the folklore. One with amethyst crystals growing out of it is not something you have ever heard of.
But one thing I have heard of is how expensive dragon scales are. I'm not suggesting we kill it. I'm just saying, get that thing big and scales will be falling left and right. Oh my god, where did you find this?
Perhaps we hold off on any plans for scales here. I'm trying to find it food. This was from the rock. The rock broke. This came out of the rock.
The big purple stone you were dry humping at night?
Yeah, there was an explosion. I was what?
I was the one who put you to bed that bad night. I remember. I saw you.
I was holding it. I wouldn't say
You were amorously holding that rock. It was basically inside of you, but go on!
What? All right, this is my child we are speaking about here.
That's true, I'm sorry. What's their name?
It seems to like Violet. Also, we really got to
Cute.
put this conversation on hold. It is
Food.
biting at my ass here.
It's just like you see it
Right, food.
gnawing on the fur that kind of goes around Dusty's like hood. It's just kind of gnawing on it with these like just barely present fangs sticking out of these little pink gums. Definitely seems to be hungry. Dusty would know you have been hunting and gathering food, and as has Vite Carl when he's been out on his animal trips, when he's not busy destroying your fucking traps and shit.
But hey,
A nuisance.
What are you late to the
I'm
party?
gonna go to where
They fixed a nuclear accelerator, not quite, but basically. Dusty hatched a dragon egg, and he's a dragon mommy now. And Vite Carl is planning to exploit it. That about covers it.
All right, I go over to where we're keeping meat stored up. I'm gonna take some out. I'm gonna put it on the table, and then I'm gonna try to coax it off my shoulder onto the table to eat, just directly onto the table.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and finish describing what it looks like? How many legs does it have? Is it like a wyvern where it kind of stands on little stubby wings, or is it like an actual four-legged dragon? What does this look like to you?
Currently, it has 4 legs as it's curled around, almost a longer kind of neck to it, as it has more of like this snake-like neck as it goes around, and then the wings on its back are just
Little stubbies.
they have like these darker purple like structure to them, but like this very thin light purple web, but they're so tiny that it doesn't seem like it can
Yeah, like the webbing
use them
between them
currently.
is like this almost translucent color, like it hasn't fully developed yet. So the wings are kind of just awkwardly tucked against the back of the creature and not even capable of like unfolding yet at this point.
I was thinking like that one little dude from How to Train Your Dragon, whose wings are like the size of butterfly wings. Still fly.
Think more of like kind of like a body structure similar to that of one of the dragons from Avatar. Not exactly that long one, but the
I'm
ones that
picturing
had like the
something
wings
more
on them.
semi like Asian inspired, like semi Chinese
Yeah, kind
dragon
of.
looking.
Like
Okay,
its
cool.
its neck
Cool.
Yeah,
is more similar to that, where its body structure is more built for wings
it's got
eventually.
like a serpentine neck structure to it. I love that.
But as of now, it's more
He's a long
serpentine
boy.
because it
Got like a
can't
Shenron
can't
vibe.
do a lot. Yes.
Yuck.
Amethyst Shenron vibe. I'm here for it. Yep, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Ro-
tries to
and-
get it food.
You know, animal handling. We're training your dragon right now. This is how to train your dragon with Dusty Sharpclaw. Easily done. Again, it's kind of hesitant. Thank you for the lurk, Liz. I appreciate it. It's kind of hesitant to jump off your shoulder as you kind of lean it towards the food. You kind of give it a nudge, like, come on now. And it hops off. And it just crawls over to the food and just begins munching into the to the raw meat you've provided it. It's ravenously hungry. You're not sure where it's putting all the food. Like, it's eating more than it looks like its body can even intake in terms of sheer mass. And within a few moments, the entire, like, everything you put out for it is gone.
As I go to grab a bit more meat and
Mhm.
put it on the table, I look to Vite Carl and I'm like, Well, fourth member. I put the meat on the table.
I was thinking mascot, but sure, yeah, we'll give it 4, 5, 6 member. Right, because I left a pregnant woman on the lawn. Ah! Run outside.
You sprint outside. You find, as you go out the fucking front door, you find Ashlyn just kind of making her way in through the front, looking around, sees you. Well, thanks for waiting for me. Appreciate it.
I am so sorry.
It's fine.
There's a dragon inside.
I just fixed the roof.
It's a small one.
Good.
Yeah, come in. Its name is Violet. It's so cute. I'm like, I'm trying to like almost hold her like I would a cat. I'm just kind of like, kind of pushing her down.
Okay. She goes in, sees the dragon. Do you want me to make some modifications to the stables?
That would be ideal, yes, if you would not mind.
Okay. Well, one project after another, it seems. Disadvantage. Thank you, Self. I appreciate that.
Well, I did not quite know that I had a dragon.
Yeah, no, you don't see a lot of those around here these days. Huh. She seems shocked, but mildly nonplussed.
You seem to be taking this rather well, so I'm going to assume you're getting very used to the antics that happen around us.
Well, let's see, in the last 4 weeks, my husband died. I moved in with a bunch of weirdos, and I am now sharing a home with a hyena man who can turn into hyenas, a cat person with a pet dragon, and someone with the complexion of a corpse. So, like, you know, just another day at work, I guess.
I would defend ourselves, but that was a series of bullseyes that I have not seen since the wartime.
I'm not the only one who's a good shot.
He's gonna look towards Bike Girl and be like, well, she missed that one thing. I'm normal.
Oh, honey.
I'm mostly normal.
You have a pet dragon.
This is my kid.
While this discussion is happening, Xechas, you now, having spent your 15 minutes downstairs, make your way up into the kitchen and find the group just discussing the events while Dusty is just kind of like tossing cubes of meat to his small pet purple dragon, which is eating them at just an alarming speed. Like, where is that dragon putting it that shit away? And you
must have a pocket plane for a stomach. My goodness.
Guess you're not the only one with a bag of holding.
Are you continuing to your workshop?
I'd like to stay, but I have something I must do.
Okay.
Of course. Kudos, by the way. My God. This is going to put us on the map. People are going to walk by here, and they're going to think of our name, which we still need to think of, by the way. Everyone, brainstorm names. Fourth member, I'm looking at you.
That's not in my contract. I just do the fixing. And at this point, it seems like the cooking and the cleaning. So yeah.
Oh yes, speaking of that, we had agreed to pay you for helping us with everything.
No, roof is on me in exchange for you guys like saving my life and all that stuff.
Of course.
But if there's still work to be done, so anything going forward, you'll have to pay me a stipend, as it were.
Oh, yes.
Not much. You guys
been,
are still letting me live
so
here,
good.
so. Well, thank you for letting me stay. And now that the lights are on, this place is actually pretty nice. And in a little tender, loving care, it could actually be pretty livable. We could make this place pretty nice.
Of course, because of of course, you are allowed to leave. I look over at Dusty, just pissed.
Yeah,
whenever
indeed.
you want. Whenever you want. It's totally up to you. But
Well,
how
listen-
much money are we thinking here for a stipend?
Considering you're letting me live here, eat your food, and, well, I mean, I'm cooking the food for you guys too. I'm just eating some of it as I go. Let's just say 5 gold a month.
Love it.
Yeah. And,
Absolutely.
maybe if, that's just base level maintenance for stuff. If there's any big projects, you guys will have to cover the cost of materials, and I wouldn't complain about a little cash bonus, but we'll say 5 gold a month. We'll get you some just a little TLC.
Absolutely. It's been
And I'll keep
really a
cooking.
pleasure having you around.
But someone needs to start doing the dishes because I'm getting tired of doing them.
We need a 6th member.
Don't worry. I'm about to have a lot of free time.
Oh. You're about to automate this whole situation, aren't you? My little moneymaker.
Would be a bad idea. I have ideas.
Oh, I bet you do.
Did someone say dishes? I did.
Mhm.
Dishes.
I got a kid to raise now, so that's gonna be a little time consuming. But I'll try to help out where I can.
As you kind of realize you've stopped feeding it for a second, it's come over to your hand and is kind of nipping the little pieces of meat you're still holding.
The little monster's ravenous. I love him. Her, it, dragon, violet. How do you tell? What part do you blow on to make its thing come out?
I
That's
am
what you do to chickens. I'm
unfamiliar
not
with
kidding.
the.
I'm going to go to the workshop now. Goodbye.
I'm
Xechas
unfamiliar
just
with the dragons and the
powers out the swinging Jesus ride. Jesus
I'm allowed
Christ.
to be alone with dragons, I'm sure.
You make your way out.
Moves her closer.
Called DPS,
You just
Dragon
kinda
Protective
hold her
Services.
a little close. Xechas, you leave your party as this discussion continues in the kitchen and make your way through the double doors and through the other set of doors into your workshop, which now is illuminated by 4 lanterns, 2 on both the north and the south side, 2 on each. And you can see your creation already hanging on the armor rack that you were building and kind of improving upon it on. This leather jacket into which you've sewn these metal studs and small metal plates, providing a little bit of armor protection. You have run some wires from the walls into it, kind of creating a conduit from your generator downstairs now to your suit. This is the final step, the last thing you needed to make your creation finally function as it was meant to. And you go over to the wall, and there's one more switch yet to pull.
Alrighty, yeah, I'm gonna walk over to it slowly and make any First, I'm gonna go to the suit and just make any final adjustments that I need to. Make sure every wire is in properly. Make sure it's all nice and perfect on there.
Okay, roll me a...
Which will probably take me another half an hour.
Yeah, roll
and
me
then
a
I will do it.
Tinkerer's Tools with using
Okay.
your intelligence modifier.
Okay.
So
that's
intelligence and proficiency, yes.
Oof, 20.
Okay. It appears like by the time everything is set up, you've got all the wires running to where they need to go. You've managed to, as far as you can tell, assemble this as well as you could have possibly done with the tools at your disposal and the somewhat limited light in your workshop at the time. But as it stands now, it is ready, or at least as ready as it will ever be.
Alrighty. I'm gonna walk over to the wall and with my it doesn't matter. With my mechanical hand, I will pull the breaker.
Roll me a percentile. It's rolling really low on the
Stupidly low
percentiles.
again.
That's good, though. That's good. That's
I
what
feel
you
like this
want.
is good, yeah.
As you pull, you watch as the lights just begin to flicker and dim for a second, and then pulse very brightly, and then dim yet again. And you watch as your jacket begins to spark, these different currents kind of beginning to flow through it from where the wires attach, and this ever kind of faint greenish glow begins to emanate off of it, kind of weaving itself into the very fabric itself through which you have run all these different cables and wires. And as the lights pulse one last time brightly and kind of shield your eyes, Vikarl and Xechas, as you're all having these discussions over the dragon and its Dusty, the dragon and its uses, the lights begin to flicker again and glow and then dim and then glow, and you're kind of caught in this kind of slight cycle of you hear Xechas yell from the workshop, and with the last flash, Xechas, you kind of uncover your eyes and look as your jacket is just kind of pulsing with this faint kind of greenish glow that just fades after a few seconds, and you gather your new suit of armor is in full working condition, as you have successfully leveled up into an armorer artificer. Congratulations. And our new Drake Hunter. We love it. Literally Tony Stark. Literally
so
Tony Stark.
I'll go over and take the wires off carefully, make sure it is not connected to it anymore. And I'll slowly put it on and do the final bit that I need to do, which is make all the connections from my arm to it in order to just be able to activate it through my arm.
Easily done.
And yeah. Then I'll give it a quick little test, make sure it works.
Okay, how you testing it out?
Well, I'm just going to activate it first, which will basically, so I'll take out my Tinkerer's tools and I'll insert them into a gear in my chest and turn that, it clunks, and then a force field will encapsulate me, but like a very accurate to my body force field.
Yeah, it kind of glows green and then just becomes this very dim, barely perceptible force field that surrounds you. And you kind of move your arms, everything feels normal, everything kind of flash your arms out and make sure the sleeves are comfortable and everything, and pretty damn cozy if you don't say so yourself. Stylish and functional. It appears like your suit is in full working order.
Excellent. And yeah, I'll turn it off and go meet it back up with the crew.
Okay.
Finishing this up.
As you kind of just feeling your way around in the armor and begin making your way towards the door, stop for a moment and just look around, and feels suitable that you would have completed this project in Soul's Firmer Workshop. Feels like the right place for this to have happened. As you kind of push open the doors, you take that moment and close them behind you and find your party still recovering from the light show that they were just, made audience to.
What was that? What was with the display again?
I've finally finished it. What I've been working for so long years now.
Oh.
Would you like to see?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it would be presumptuous of me to ask. Yes, please. Now in the kitchen.
And I will do the same thing. Take out the Tinkerer's tools, insert them into chest, and.
Ooh.
And you watch as like the seams and the embroidery on the jacket all kind of glow this bright green color for a moment as this kind of force field encapsulates Xechas, and then the force field itself kind of becoming this invisible barrier, but the glow still present on the jacket, giving the ever slightest indicator that it is currently activated. And it too, very much like the lights in your home, have this kind of constant cycling, pulsating to it.
Well, that's that's a new trick for sure. Sounds or seems rather fancy. It seems like looking up and down
without salt.
May I? And I'm just
that I finished it
immediately
here.
zoop in, and I'm just like looking at it just real close, just lifting your arm.
Yeah.
You're one hell of a tinker toy, aren't you?
Well, thank you.
No. Thank you. This is a cause for celebration. We must feast tonight. All the food, not just for Violet. Looking at you, creature. Yeah, that's right.
Nachos. Don't believe I've heard of that dish.
At this point, you see Violet kind of make her way to the edge of the table, kind of slowly, like she's quite full, and kind of just flops down and goes to sleep right there on the wooden kitchen table, just like... And you hear this kind of light, like... as it kind of whistles through her tiny little dragon nostrils.
Well, that's adorable.
I suppose I should take her to the room. Get her into a bed, probably for the best. He's gonna go over and try and pick her up gently as to try not to wake her.
Easily done. Yeah, you just go pick her up. She kind of wakes up for a second, realizes it's you, and just kind of snuggles into your arms a little more. Seems like she ate her fill and is ready for her nap.
Yeah, he heads back to the
kind of the soft,
dual
kind
bedroom.
of like very faint purring sound coming from the chest. Baby dragons are cats. It's canon.
Kidding. Today has been a lot of very cool things. We are a family of a metal man who can make light happen all over a house. We've got 1.5 people over here who can make roofs happen. I mean...
What the Oh.
The cat... It's true, come on, I clocked it right good. And the cat man has a dragon now. I mean... Wow.
I am a tabaxi. God damn it.
Sorry! I get excited and I forget about racism stuff. He's gonna hate me soon for that, I know it. Oh. But I really do think that this is a group that, based off of just the uniqueness of us alone, there's something here that I think is going to work. Not only for saving people, looking at you, I think we could turn this into a profit. Hell, I think people would pay just to come into this house and look at us. We're kind of neat.
By neat, you mean a total freak show? Yeah, sure.
That too!
After laying her down, I start making my way back in.
You lay down Violet in the bed, and you make your way to the door. You close the door behind you, and you get about 3 steps from the door before you hear the sound of something scratching on the other side of it. Just...
He's gonna walk back and open the door.
Bitch.
You open the door, and you see Violet just kind of like staring up at you with these big purple eyes.
Welcome
You
to
need your
Parenthood,
rest.
bitch.
All right, come on. He's gonna start walking back to the room. See if she follows.
Yeah. She's like at your feet, kind of weaving between them, almost tripping you up as you make your way to the door.
No, all right. God.
Kind of pawing at your leg a little bit.
As he walks back in,
What happened?
You see Dusty walks in the tiny little cat-sized purple dragon makes its way in right behind Dusty.
I thought she was going to bed.
so did I.
Aww. That's cute and annoying, but cute.
Well, it's something. I do want to just throw this out there. This is all very fancy and very showy. We do need to keep a relatively low profile.
Right.
We have some grievances to deal with.
True.
Yes, you're right about that. However, the use of these lights is seems fairly common in this area, and Seoul was known for things like this. So,
Well, my
will we
main
make questions
concern,
about repairing it? I don't think it would be too much of an issue.
my main concern is he looks down between his feet.
Violet's
Not exactly
kind of
sure how.
pawing at the side of your boot, trying to climb up your leg a little
He's
bit.
gonna like lean his arm down so kind of get a grip on.
She kind of
So,
grabs your
take it.
hand with one of her claws and kind of like coils the semi-serpentine-like body around your hand.
And he brings his arm up to his shoulder.
Yeah,
That is a fair thing to say.
goes over to your backpack and is kind of pawing at the flap, trying to open it a little bit, but isn't quite able to do so.
He swings the bag around, unbuttons the flap, opens it, swings it back.
Just immediately like opens the side and just skirts right into it.
Perfect.
You feel it you feel your back kind of moving as you put it back on there as it makes itself comfortable, and you just feel this kind of warm ball kind of just barely digging into your back
There
at the
it is.
bottom corner of your backpack.
Well, there's a fix. You thought it would be a problem. Look at that. Put him in the bag.
Yeah, I'd rather not have a whole lot of people coming around here still. Makes it a little harder to hide Violet.
True.
Yes, and
You hear the bag
we
start
don't-
purring.
Aw.
we don't have to let people we don't trust in.
Right, I guess we shouldn't sell tickets to the show just yet. Hold off on that one. We'll brainstorm that one. Secretive. Keep a low profile. That's hard for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, maybe just keep the dragon in a different room when you're having guests over or something.
Yes, good plan.
There's always the soundproof, blast-proof, everything-proof basement.
True.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about how much bigger she's gonna get. If it's a she. We're still unclear on.
Violet is
Yes,
unisex in this case.
Hopefully, it doesn't grow that quickly. I've heard that creatures like this can live for very, very long amounts of time. But I don't know.
Oh, we can hope. I'm mostly worried about, the company.
Right. If they get their hands on it, they'll make money off it before we can. That would be a real
I
shame.
would rather die before I let the company get their hands on that.
Same.
Let's not use my kid as a money-making tool for now.
Just
All right.
whatever falls off them. But again, we will revisit that once they become big enough to scavenge upon. I agree, though. The company cannot know about the dragon. Honestly, the company can't know about much stuff that goes on here.
No, they'll have had a hunch that we may or may not repair his light source. And surely they know about it. That wouldn't be much of a secret.
True.
Perhaps exactly how it happens is a secret, which we can maintain, but
Yeah.
Right.
the lights aren't really a secret.
Yeah, no, I
Mhm.
imagine this is very in the wheelhouse of what they would expect. Now, everything in the basement, the entirety of the basement, they definitely do not.
No, and I mean, even if they do find it, there's only one way in. And if it comes to it, I'll pop the bottom part of my arm off and throw it in my bag of holding.
Yeah.
You guys hear the hydraulic hiss as the arm just comes in unattached at the elbow.
Yeah, it's
Cool every time I see it.
inaccessible. And I'll reach back in, take my arm out.
We
Yeah,
can
it's like a
probably take
down
a
and then
good few of the
turn.
keys.
Yep.
On and turn. There you go.
I mean, there's the other key that we had to use as well, so we can just toss that in there too. Or maybe we
Exactly.
keep them separate in case we're captured. Someone is.
Like a treasure hunt.
Not a
Well,
bad idea.
I can't speak for whatever work you guys might do after that, but if you're looking to refill the coffers, as it were, I do have a potential job for you guys.
Oh?
You don't say.
Well, a job, it's more of a favor, but it's a favor that could pay. As you know, when we were traveling on the road, we were, unfortunately beset upon by goblins who took everything we had. There was a sizable amount of money, short amount of carpentry supplies, tools, raw materials. They took all of it, and, well, I'm shacking up with you guys for a bit. I'm not really gonna need it, and if anything, we could use it to improve this spot. I'm not any good at fighting hordes of goblins, but, you guys might be.
I mean, we've proven we're not bad at it.
You've proven you're not bad at it.
Well,
To be fair, we didn't have the jump last time, and I must say it would feel quite gratifying getting a bit of revenge on those little green pieces of shit.
I love it when you talk like that.
Don't get me wrong. I am fully in support of getting our get back. However, one of y'all is taking charge on this one. I got us in some shit last time, so
leave it to me. This time I'm the shield. No one's falling down ever again. I promise. And I have literally never lied.
Well...
Oh, and perhaps we could go into town and see if there's anybody who would potentially like to join us on our little hunt. A couple extra people wouldn't hurt.
Sixth
or
member?
even one
Seventh
wouldn't be bad.
There's only 3 of you. I don't know where you keep getting these extra members from. But
4.5.
I
No.
think he's very good at math.
Not a member. Maybe an employee. We could discuss it. We could make a case for it.
I'm gonna win you over.
Not an adventurer. Never going to be an adventurer. I have a child.
Who could become a...
Hopefully not an adventurer.
Well, you never
It is
know.
a very dangerous lifestyle.
It is, but it pays a lot of money.
So does working for adventurers.
True.
Dusty looks at her. I got a kid too now.
That's different. Your kid can breathe probably something, I'm assuming. I don't really know the logisticals of owning a dragon, but I'm assuming my baby is not going to be able to do that. My baby also is not going to have wings and scales and fangs, hopefully.
Do you want him to?
No!
Oh. I'm not saying I know how, but I mean, like, there are hags out there I know that could. I spent a lot of time in the woods.
I've met one. She's called my mother-in-law. That's not important. I'm not going on adventures with you guys. Neither is my child. Ever. It's not going to happen. Okay?
Got it. And you're
Okay.
allowed to
Totally
leave.
fair.
If anyone comes looking for you while you're gone, what should I tell them?
That's a good question.
What's up, Ravenborn? Welcome in.
Suppose you could always tell him we're going on a hunt.
Hunt. Perfect. Easy. Yeah. No, I mean, you may want to hire like a security guy to keep an eye on the place when you're not here. But, I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine. The door's locked. I'll be good. Windows are all
Cool.
boarded
And
shut
I'll be-
anyway, so.
I'll also be keeping an arcane eye on the place whenever we're gone.
Love that. Great. Tell you what, with the dragon around, our food supplies are going to be going through a lot more meat than we expected. So I'll probably run into town and grab some of that sometime in the next couple days while you guys are off doing whatever it is that you do. Does she seem to like anything in particular so far?
Well, most of what I had in there was rabbit, a little bit of possum, some fox, though those are harder to get,
Okay,
more
mostly
expensive, so I'd
so-
avoid that.
just meat in general. I can do that.
Yeah, just saying meat should work.
Okay. Maybe I could get us a couple chickens for the place too. We could, I don't know, figure something out for that. You guys want to leave me a little,
Mini
bad idea.
farm.
leave a little money behind? I could probably wrestle up a couple pieces of something. I don't know.
The
barn
The
can
tailor.
fit a few animals easily. I don't know if we want to keep the dragon in there, or if she looks at the dragon, or at your backpack, which is now purring loudly as this dragon just sleeps in the little nestled corner of it. Seems pretty attached. Think she might be probably spending most nights with you.
Looks like that.
yeah, and I mean until she's too large.
Then
But,
you'll be sleeping in the stables.
Honestly, probably, to be fair.
Yeah, well,
The woodworker woman in town.
Emmy?
Apologies. Yeah, Emmy. Emmy.
Yeah. She's nice. Capable. Pretty good. Decent carpenter.
We could see if she could make a fence, or maybe like a coop.
I mean,
some chickens?
I could whip a coop together. If anything, maybe we should upgrade the furniture in here, to be honest with you. It's
Oh, that too.
not the greatest.
I got to agree
she's
with that
definitely
one
to
too.
get furniture from.
That's what I'm
I was quite
thinking.
fond
If
of
you
her. She was
guys...
very nice.
Oh, yeah, she's sweet. It's up to you guys.
Make
Just tell me
her
what you want me to
nice.
pick up. I'll run into town.
He hands her some gold.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was another 5 pieces
Okay.
of gold. And he's like, she should have a sled for me. Just tell her you're there to grab it for Dusty.
Oh, yeah, we absolutely forgot to pick that up. Sorry, my bad. Out of character. That was the DM's mistake for forgetting you ordered that.
To
My
be fair, the
bad.
town got hit by a hurricane.
Yeah,
So she was
that's
probably
true.
a
We had
little
She was a
to
little
do.
preoccupied. The hurricane kind of took everybody by
It's been
surprise.
4 weeks. I imagine the sled's probably done. Maybe.
Yeah,
There's a lot of houses to
I would
fix.
assume it is definitely done at this point. Yeah, I'll grab that for you, no problem. And yeah, I'll see what I can find. I can just fix up the place a little. I'd like to clean the table off so there's somewhere for us to eat supper. So maybe that'll be a big project for while you're gone.
Good
Yes,
for
Probably
you.
So
put a
I'm-
lot of that in the workshop.
I'd
I'd
imagine.
Yes,
Right.
I'll take his books and I'm going to organize them.
Good, easy done. Well, I wish I could be more help pointing you in the right direction, but all I know is they're living in the Festerwood somewhere.
That's more than enough.
God damn it. All right.
What? Festerwood is bad?
It's just an uncomfortable place.
Especially in the winter.
I don't
I
like
hear.
the name.
Yeah,
You guys
the
are-
name doesn't exactly say confident and comfortable.
You guys have been in it before.
Oh, it's where we got attacked the first time, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
Oh,
where
is
the
that what
log.
that place
that
was
was the
called?
log. That was where the log.
Logging camp.
That is the Festerwood Forest.
Oh, I was just calling that the fuck forest. Damn it.
That's a different forest.
Yeah, also stop.
And you trust me,
offering
you
that.
want to visit it. It's the kind of forest you want.
I
It's
keep
got
looking.
all the right kinds of wood. Believe me.
People keep telling me it's just down the way. It's just
Uncomfortable
down the
place.
way.
Like the back of a Volkswagen. Nice.
So
Good
much
reference.
wood.
So much wood. So, Ashlyn kind of looks at you guys, and I'm pretty tired. It's been a long day, and well, it's getting kind of late. Are we doing a feast? Is there still a feast planned, or just whatever I can whip
better
up in a
believe
few
it.
minutes?
Let me go check the snares. He's gonna start walking outside.
Sure. Roll me a survival check. Any forest can be a fuck forest if you're brave enough. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Oh,
Oh, nat 20. Let's go.
oh.
So hell yeah. First of all, you managed to find 4 of your snares, all full. You get 2 rabbits, 1 possum. Was it possum you said before? Yes.
Possum.
Fucking
yeah.
possum, because we have possums here now. That is canon. We have motherfucking possums. And
got
the last
possum.
one is empty, but while you are kind of checking it and kind of silently making your way through the forest, you do spot a decently sized deer kind of making its way through the woods, kind of eating whatever it can find between the patches of snow, and it has not noticed you yet. That's what the nat 20 gets you. Little freebie.
He's gonna kneel down, line it up, then he's gonna kind of lean over his shoulder towards the bag. I'm so sorry, Violet. And he's gonna fucking shoot it.
Okay. Go ahead and fire your shot with advantage because it does not know you are there.
All right.
Potted possum. I love possums, don't get me wrong. Yeah, easily done. You don't really need to roll damage, but feel free if you like.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's a low damage hit.
It's a small deer. Decent size, but you kind of kneel, pull your musket up to the shoulder. No sights to really look down on a musket. Like, not a whole lot to work with there, but
he's lining it up along the barrel.
Line your best shot up and trust that your just muscle memory and how to use this firearm will take it where it needs to go. Feel your shots lined up and you pull the trigger as this loud crack just resounds through the silent wintertime forest. You see some birds kind of scare out of what little bits of tree cover there is, and smoke just fills the air as your flintlock musket fires this bullet, and as the smoke clears, you don't even see the deer, just as the smoke is kind of billowing in your face, and as it clears, you just see the deer laying dead in the snow.
I would like to add a little flavor here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. So, when the shot goes off,
Mm-hmm.
there's this almost secondary, almost like a secondary gunpowder leash as the bullet comes out of the barrel. As I'm gonna use the Drake's reaction for infused strikes to add force damage to the bullet, because I feel like this is an appropriate time to learn that that's a thing that can happen.
Okay, so as you kind of kneeling in this patch of snow, pressing the musket against your shoulder and going to fire, you feel these two little claws just kind of digging in to your shoulder blade as your new pet dragon Violet is kind of just looking down the barrel with you as you fire this shot. The boom does kind of startle her for a brief second, but as you fire, you see this bright flash of purple kind of emanate from the amethyst spines running down her back, and you get a little extra kick on your weapon there. Little violet juice. There's like this little purple flash as the musket ball just leaves the end of the barrel. There's just this like faint little poof of purple that kind of dissipates in the smoke as well, and the deer is just left laying dead in the snow.
What the hell was that? As he looks over his shoulder.
Violet just kind of looks up at you playfully like,
oh. Well, I guess I got two guns now.
Ring out.
Brow. I didn't throw that brow on there, but love Drake. Same. Shout out Drake Warden. We are doing some light home brewing to the pet itself, in that it is a amethyst baby dragon, and it is not like a bestial spirit or anything. This is a legitimate pet dragon that can
I'll get one of these.
Yeah, that can die. If it dies, it's dead. It's a spirit that goes back to the Fey dimension shit. It's just dead. But that being said, it does mean it gets death saves and can be saved from dying, same as a traditional player would.
I will die for Violet.
We love Violet.
That is that's gonna be a handy little feature. We're gonna have to find out what all you can do, little one. Well, I guess you did help.
Goes back into your bag and curls into a little ball again.
At least half of that's probably yours, I suppose.
Pops right out of the bag and just jumps onto the snow. For a second, is kind of taken aback. It's never walked in snow before. Kind of doesn't like it. It's like finds its footing and then just like skitters over and takes a chunk. Just bites a chunk right out of the leg of this creature. Looks to you with like little piece of meat hanging out of its mouth.
Let me take care of all the skinning and shit. I know your half probably doesn't matter to you whether...
As you take the skinning knife over to it to skin it, she's kind of like, I don't know. Right. Flashes just a little bit of fang.
All right. Well, he goes through like the gutting process for it, and once the guts are out, he cuts it in half as best he can.
Fair enough.
And just slides the legs over.
Okay, easily
completely
done.
Skin on and everything, and then skins the other.
Okay. You kind of turn your back while you're skinning, just working the skin off the rest of this creature and preparing it, cutting the meat and carving it as best you can out here in the snow. Roll me a survival check just to assemble this beast as best you can. And you just kind of take your knife to it, doing the work. Skin's the best part. Yeah, the dragon likes the skin. Skin's best part. 23, easily done. You manage to skin the top half of this creature fairly easily, and by the time you're done, you look back to the carcass of or the back half of the carcass, and it is like stripped to the bone almost on one side. The only part that isn't is the part that's on the ground, because she's not physically strong enough to flip it over yet. But like, you see the meat has been like stripped down right to the bones on the top half.
All
She's
right,
kind of looking up at you with a paw underneath it, like,
I gotta skin all these other things, so yeah, he's gonna grab the leg and flip it over, and then pull up the other shit and start gutting and
as you
skinning
finish. Okay, easily done. We'll just carry your survival check over. By the end of, I'd say, about an hour, you've checked all your snares, cleaned all your kills, and are ready to return to your base, your dragon having thoroughly feasted, much like she usually does at this point. Kind of habit. She's eaten her fill. She kind of finds a dry spot somewhere nestled next to a rock that's not got snowed on, and kind of just curls up into a little dragon ball and closes her eyes and purrs lightly while she waits for you to finish your job. And
once he's done, he walks over and he grabs his bag, lowers it down, raises the flap, and he's like, all right, come on in, Violet.
She just opens her eyes and scoots right in, kind of almost slithers. Very snake-like, very serpentine-like dragon. And you make your way back to
over
base.
his shoulders and goes.
Easily done. You return home. I will say between the lot of you, Ashlyn as well, you cook up all of the meat into a fairly, like you do the venison steaks and everything. She does up a nice stew with the rabbits you found. The possum, I'm not even sure how you cook. Just we'll do another. We'll do possum kebabs. How about that? Possum skewers sound great. And you guys kind of tuck in for a nice feast. If there's anything you'd like to discuss or do or talk about or plan for the future, now is your opportunity to do so. Otherwise, we'll just carry on to the next morning.
Mine depends on how drunk I get.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw as you drink wine.
Yeah, Dusty probably would also drink.
Okay, you get in stew possum. It's a little greasy. I'd take that. I'm down with that greasy possum. God damn you guys. You both get into like the nicer reserve shit that they've got in the wine rack in the basement, and consume a fairly sizable amount between the two of you. Ashlyn will participate as well.
Yeah. I don't normally participate in this, but it's been such a monumental day that I feel like I must.
Go for it.
You absolutely must. Here, let me pour.
Oh.
16. So, as you guys kind of tuck into your meal and start pouring the cups and cups of wine, it begins to build up. Dusty and Vite-Carl, you feel it hit you like a ton of bricks, while Xechas and Ashlyn, you both get pleasantly buzzed, like a nice little wine buzz going, but you are by no means drunk or at any kind of disadvantage on anything, whereas Dusty and Vite-Carl both kind of have like one eye semi-closed over and a very glazed over look to their face.
It's a beautiful evening, isn't it? We have all accomplished so much. It's really quite a miracle we've found each other, isn't it?
It sure is something. We'll say that.
It really is.
You know, I did tell you. And he points to Xechas. I told you that I believed in your work, and here we are in this very bright house now. And it's very good. You did a fantastic job.
It's true. It's true. Saul would be proud.
Yes, we wouldn't be here, and I couldn't have done it without him.
Absolutely. To Saul! Oh, no.
To Saul.
To your friend who is not on vacation. She
I lied.
Looks at Vicarl as she says that.
I've lied about a lot of things, actually. It's pretty insane how many.
You don't say. You want to tell us a couple?
Y'all just continue to believe me. I wasn't raised in the woods. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen you in nature. You're not very...
It's true. I'm not very good. I was raised, well, after 17. Before that, my family is all terrible. I'm looking for my long-lost brother and came here.
Oh?
Huh. You know,
And
there's been a numerous couple of times where I knew he was lying. I caught him in it, but I mean, his heart was in the right place, so I just kind of let it fly. But you know,
I'm gonna fly someday.
I always did question why he was so business savvy when he was out in the woods. It's a weird place to have business.
I'll find you someday, Raishan. I'll find you.
That must be his brother's name.
I would think so, yeah. We can probably add that to the list of things to help find. We got a lot to do, but that's for another time. And he grabs another bottle of wine.
Pops open another one. Let's go. Let's go.
I won't sell the Tinker Man and the Cat Man for that much money. Double it, at least.
As you pop open your next bottle of wine and begin diving into your cups, I will make another save for Ashlyn, who's going to join you. She's doing okay still. She's drinking. She's like, you know, you guys aren't so bad. You're just a little fucking weird. And, you know, that's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. And I'm learning to live with it. And I think you guys are alright. Yeah. She just sips her wine casually. You might want to get him. Might want to get him to bed.
I really think that Saul would like you. He's pointing at Ashlyn. You know, you came in here, you helped us out, you didn't really, I mean, albeit a horrible situation, but
it wasn't great.
Still,
Any others would have just turned and run tail.
It does take a good kind of person to stick around and help out.
Well, the same could be said for you all not turning tail when the little green fuckers attacked. So, you know, one good turn deserves another.
Sure.
I was happy to help. That being said, I am not feeling great, and I think I am ready for bed. I'll have breakfast ready in the morning. If you guys are going to be heading out, you should have a full belly to do so.
Yeah, that sounds like a phenomenal time.
I'll put something together. We'll figure something out.
The year was 1776.
I wish I wasn't sure. And she begins just walking out of
what he said.
The door.
I should probably head to my room.
You immediately just head smashes onto the wooden table with a resounding poof. And Xechas, as you begin to feel a light tingle in your non-mechanical hand, and you feel the booze just hitting your system ever so slightly, and you feel just a little lightheaded.
Mm-hmm. I'm resistant to poison, so...
Yep. Mm-hmm. Even with the 10, you begin to feel it ever so slightly. And you leave Dusty, or do you leave Dusty asleep on the table?
No.
Vicarl is also out cold in his chair, just mumbling to himself.
He might be a problem, but I shouldn't have a problem dragging Dusty to his bed.
No.
But I'm going to make sure that his dragon is okay first.
The dragon is just
not gonna
rolled
be
up in a
squished.
little ball on the table in front of Dusty, having eaten its fill from the feast as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll drag Dusty and then bring
Violet.
Violet.
Violet wakes up as soon as you begin moving Dusty and is like right at your feet the whole time, kind of not quite nipping at you, but just like right on your heels as you get Dusty to the room and lay him down in bed.
I'll stop for a second to say, all right, get on him.
She kind of like balls up onto his back, so while you're dragging him there, she has a perch. She's grabbed right on, almost riding him, like looking forward. And you kind of get him into bed, roll him over. She nuzzles up under the armpit a little where he's sleeping kind of like this. And you kind of look down at this little purple dragon with this ever faint glow kind of coming from these amethyst spines along its back.
Incredible. Even for Soul, I didn't think that. Wow. And I'll go think about attempting to help invite Coral into his room.
Roll me an athletics check.
Yeah. Let's do that. You're getting dropped on your head, and I'm falling on it.
You go to pick him up, and you feel like a twinge in your back that you have not felt in quite some time, as one of the muscles just... And you feel like a gear might have shifted awkwardly or uncomfortably somewhere. It's like skipping one of the gears or whatever. And definitely uncomfortable. You are not able to move Zeha or Vite-Carl even the slightest bit.
Okay,
Not even a little.
I'm gonna go grab a pillow and put it on the table in front of him and
Kind of lift his head up, put him on. Okay. As you stiffenly
fix whatever I just broke.
Love that.
Within myself. Oh god.
Hell yeah.
You're a good man.
And then I will take my 4-hour rest.
Okay, so as you kind of lay Vite-Carl's head down on this pillow that's propped up between two stacks of books on this table, he's just falls asleep peacefully. You make your way back to the workshop to get your nice 4-hour rest, and as you kind of awkwardly position yourself for sleep, or whatever close to it you call it, you close your eyes and
Like a meditation.
comfortably sit in the realization that everything that happened today was only made possible by the traumatic events that led you here in the first place, but a lesson well learned, if nothing else. As you fall asleep safe with that knowledge, and Dusty and Vite-Carl fall asleep in a drunken haze of nothingness, that is where we will call the session for today. It was fun.
Hey!
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
So
amazing.
that'll be it for this week. Nice little RP session. Next week we're going to be going and tracking some goblins, I think. So I will plan ahead for that. That always helps. I can spend some time prepping and planning a little bit. So we will be back next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it because we do it every single Monday. In the meantime, I'm going to open the floor to the boys. JTB, what do you got going on that you want to share with the people?
Yeah, come catch me here every Monday. Appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out with us. And then Baldur's Gate streams whenever we can get them in. Come check those out. They're a lot of fun. They're random. They're very chaotic. And then, yeah, just
This is true.
Be good people.
Hell yeah, be good people. Ryan, what do you got going on at the Little Purple House on the Hill?
Sundays hardcore WoW with Citrus. Every other day the roomies. Catch me later on tonight. I'm gonna get some supper first, and then I'm coming back. I'm gonna go play more WoW. And I love this. Gonna get more Ramathon coming soon.
I can't wait for the Ramathon.
We're getting rammed.
We're gonna ram Ryan, everybody. It's gonna be fucking great. And last but not least, Chris, what do you got going on?
Not too much, but did you know that there's a Rusty Tonics RPG's YouTube channel? You should check it out and
Join
go
the
to the
YouTube.
YouTube channel.
Check out the YouTube channel. The video of this session will be uploaded on Friday, along with a couple shorts that we're gonna throw in there.
The
Check
shorts
it
are
out.
Fucking funny.
The shorts are pretty funny. We've had fun.
I laugh and pee my pants every time.
If you guys
really great.
want to check out the Discord, feel free to go in there. We watch movies and we do shit. We do have merch. I'm gonna be adding some more probably later tonight. Feel free to check that out. I'm ordering some. I'm gonna be ordering it and I'm gonna be repping it, and then I'm gonna order some for the homies and they're gonna rep it too. In the meantime, we're gonna go shoot a raid over to Jotun. If you got the emotes, feel free to drop them in chat if you're subbed. If not, just say hello from us over here. In the meantime, be good to each other. I have been Rusty. These have been my friends.
Bye.
And you all have been awesome. I will see you on Wednesday for some Way Back Wednesday retro stream. Bye.